Boys and girls, we might not have won the Champions League. We might not have spent a lot of money in the summer because we didn't need to. But what we are going to do, what I will guarantee to you, is we're about to do a Premier League and Champions League double. I promise. Right, we didn't win our first 2 games of the season. Of course, we messed it. We won really comfortably against Blackburn, but then bottled it against Leicester. I remember now. So now we have to beat, I assume if it's Blackburn, is it Burnley as well? It's not Burnley, is it? You don't say the Lee, it's Bunler. Is that right? I'm fully Prestoned up now. Bunler. Who is Andrea Vujovic? Is he the new goalkeeper? He is. So he can't go out on loan because we need him to become homegrown. Can he become homegrown? Because he's already 19. He can't become homegrown. Hang about. We signed him before his 19th birthday. I'm calling shenanigans here. We signed him on the 12th of June. He turned 19 on the 29th of June. Why can't he become homegrown at club? I call shenanigans. Because he didn't arrive until July the 1st. He did, though. Or else he wouldn't be showing a signing on the 12th of June. He arrived at this football club on the 12th of June. He only arrived 1st of July. Is the incorrect answer. He arrived on the 12th of June. He was in the squad from the... Don't make me load back up previous saves. Don't make me find the video. He arrived on the 12th of June. If he arrived on the 1st of July, it would show on here as the 1st of July. Are there really that many people who've never played Football Manager who don't know how this displays? Look, here, let's find you an example. There you go, James Trafford. He signed on the 1st of July because that's when he arrived. We don't sign a lot of players in advance. There you go. But Micah Beereth and Joe Bellingham both arrived on the 1st of July because they were pre-arranged and arrived on the 1st of July, as did Jarrell Kwanzaa. This guy arrived on the 12th of June. I mean, I can understand why we hired him back a couple of years after sacking him, just to be sure. Because, you know, the first time round when he failed and we sacked him, I get that might not have made the message clear enough that he's not very good at it. So it is important that after he failed and we sacked him, we then brought him back so he could fail again and get sacked again. So that we can now be really sure. We now know for certain Grant McCann is not very good at being a football manager. So at least we've learnt something. It was worth doing. I imagine the only reason we've not sacked him yet is because Fergie is away at his holiday home for Christmas. And I imagine he'll be available early January to come in. Ba, 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 ba. I won't have any of this calling him Fergie Jr. nonsense. He's Fergie. He is the greatest football manager of all time. I hear his dad was all right as well. But he's the talent of that family, and everybody knows it. Greatest manager in the history of Peterborough United. Don't need to be comparing him to some old man as the management team. It's a little bit early for them to take over from McCann. So I guess they need to both be brought back in with Fergie. I imagine Fergie comes back in early January with Everington as his assistant and Davies as a first team coach with the long-term plan to have them two take over when Fergie gets sacked again in a year or two. Footballers who genuinely love the game and have the knowledge, well, go and manage your kids' youth team then. Don't go and do a high-pressure job that keeps you away from your family and always has the risk of you being fired if you have a couple of bad weeks at work, you're going to get the sack. It must take years off their lives, the stress that it adds to them. It's ridiculous. I don't see the attraction. I saw a picture of Adam Drury on Twitter the other day. I think Darren Huckabee posted a picture of him with Adam Drury. And I was like, oh my word, Adam Drury. Forgot all about him. He's one of my favourite Posh players ever. Spent years at Norwich, was Norwich captain for quite a long spell. A Norwich legend, retired a very rich Premier League footballer. I forget who he's the assistant manager of. I need to look it up on Wikipedia. Adam Drury, who's only 4 years older than me, is now the assistant manager of Wroxham, not Wrexham, Wroxham in the in the Eastern Counties League. He's been their assistant manager for getting on for 5 years. That is what retired footballers should be doing. He's got enough money not to need to worry about what he's doing with his life. He obviously loves football, wants to stay involved. So he's the assistant manager of Wroxham. Wroxham are the Yachtsmen. They play in the Isthmian League North Division. Is the assistant to Jordan Southgate, their manager. This is what they should... Look, there he is, look, assistant manager. The only person... Grant Holt plays up front for him. There you go. There's another one. We've found another one, boys and girls. We're going to go hunting for former footballers who are doing it the right way. He's currently a scout for West Ham and playing for Wroxham. That's amazing. They're the only two players at the club, or the only two people connected with the club who are even clickable. I wonder if that's Darren Huckabee's kid. I bet it is. I bet that's how he got the picture. He was there watching his kid and then saw his old Norwich teammate. He was like, what the hell are you doing here, Adam? I'm the assistant manager. I have been for 5 years. My kid's our new left back. Can I have a photo for old time's sake? But that's how you do it. Adam Drury, retiring the right way. Don't be Frank Lampard. Oh, my word. Ronnie Edwards might actually leave. While all this is going on, just Barcelona coming in with the casual £25 million offer for Ronnie Edwards. I think we've finally found the club he might leave us to go to. That is absolutely bonkers. Why on earth do Barcelona want a 27-year-old Ronnie Edwards who has started 6 games in the last 3 years in the Premier League? They're 11th in La Liga. He will be a Posh legend if he turns this move down. Does actually say his preferred destination is Barcelona, so he might actually leave this time. Oh, Ronnie. Oh, Ronnie. I'm not surprised. It didn't take him long to decide, did it? How long did he take to make up his mind there? The man who's turned down so many... He was always waiting for Barcelona. 8:53 on Monday, the offer came in. And then by 1 o'clock on Wednesday, he's already there, packed his bags, he's gone. Ronnie Edwards is a Barcelona player, and I don't understand. Thank you, Ronnie. Did we make a profit on him both times? Oh, not quite. Oh, no, we did. We just sold him for 25, didn't we? What a weird career. Gavi's not in the bench. He's on the bench. If he was in the bench, I could understand him being a little bit alarmed. Everyone's sitting on him. But he's on the bench, and everyone's going to spend time on the bench. We're rotating. BC, very slow to realise, not an unexpected waste of my licence fee. I mean, a couple of things there. One, I don't think the licence fee is intended to cover breaking news of dying footballers. And two, the BBC has something of a responsibility to verify rather than just retweeting Gary on Twitter who's broken the news. I'm not disputing that it's true, but the BBC do have a responsibility to do some fact checking. Do I play Nonny's Legend on stream? I don't know. If you want to play it or watch someone else play it, fill your boots. Dominoes, darts, tiddlywinks, that thing where you flip the beer mat. Go for it. Whichever one you're into. Oh, football. Hansen. Oh, Zealand's changed his name. Of course it's Zealand. I mean, at least it's not got any stupid eyes where there should be L's now, so I'll be able to raid him properly. I've been looking to help that guy out for views for a little while. I like to support the little streamers. Come on, Hendrick. Do a football. I tell you what. Hansen's having a season. Oh, make sure you get your little coys nonsense ready for this, Christopher. Oh, what a shock. Look who it is. Scores a couple of hat tricks, and all of a sudden, everyone wants him. Fancy seeing you two here. Get out of town. Goodness me. Real Madrid now with the £99 million offer for Hansen. Get out of town. I love the fact he doesn't even want to go. He's happy staying with us. That's the level we've reached. So we've got to play Real Madrid and Barcelona. Other than that, I mean, we'll finish top of the league again. We finished top of the league last year. We shouldn't fear anybody. We narrowly lost to Real Madrid in the final. So we shouldn't fear anybody. Why are we not winning it? Is that a red card? It feels like a red card. Deliberate handball. Done. I haven't seen Preston playing tonight. No. Can we have a goal now, please? We're playing. We were playing against 10 men. That's Hansen's good run of form done. He's now going to be suspended for 3 matches. But I don't go to the World Cup, so I don't need to know about that. The World Cup is supposed to be watched in the garden on your telly. You are supposed to wear shorts when the World Cup's on. Ref, can we just give that? You've ruined the game with these red cards. Well, a 6'6" player should be called Big Cass, not Big E. His name is Ewan something or other. And I can't say it. He doesn't have Cass in his name. We just started calling him Big E, so no one can say his name. Ewan. Loki coined the journeyman save. I mean, to be fair, me and Loki started our channels within about a week of each other and grew pretty much in line with each other for the first 3 or 4 years. So we were thinking along the same lines independently at the same time. And then our paths crossed when we both did a Liverpool beta save once a year, not having heard of each other previously. And I think Golden FM did a Liverpool beta save the same year. And the 3 of us got some cross promotion between the 3 of us through that on Twitter and shout outs in each other's videos to see who would do better with Liverpool. So I think we both can credit Golden FM for piggybacking off of his much bigger audience. I got sacked after 8 episodes and ended up managing Everton. But got more subs than them both now, so I win. Who had the last laugh there? It's an idea that they've taken from somewhere else. I mean, I've never spoken to the crew, so I don't know where he got his idea from, but goodness me, is his editing style like a Minecraft video? So I imagine he's consumed a lot of other gaming content and just applied it to Football Manager. Which is great. That's what you do. You take an idea and you iterate on it. The ones who blow up and have success are the ones who change it enough to make it look like something new. Seeing more and more people go full time. I did speculate that this coming year might be the first year the number falls a little. I think we may have become a little oversaturated during the pandemic. And maybe the total viewership is slightly smaller than it seemed it was. Now people are back to work. So that is interesting. I mean, his head's screwed on, right? I'm sure he'll do whatever is best for him. We need another content clinic, don't we? I don't know that you were terrible, Chris. You were too inconsistent, that's for sure. Yeah, content clinic. I'll have to see if Dr. Ben fancies doing it or if I have to draft in another co-host. It's always better with multiple opinions. Because not everyone agrees with the stuff that I waffle on about. I know Ben has built his channel and his entire business very differently to how I've done mine. And has very different beliefs on what's good content, what's bad content. Ironically, I think there's an opportunity for Let's Plays on YouTube at the moment. Because I think so many people have gone, Let's Plays, can't grow with Let's Plays. So now there's not very many people doing them. There's probably fewer people doing daily Let's Plays on YouTube at the moment for Football Manager than there has been in 5 years. And I think that's why me and Jack are getting close to 100,000 views a day between us. Because there's a lot of people who want to watch that kind of content and there's not a lot of it around. So me and Jack are cleaning up. Buying a house that you're only going to live in for a few years and then sell and buy a different house is dumb. And we avoided doing that. But yeah, when we buy, this house will be the one that we own forever. It's just scary thought being tied down to a place for that long. How's it scary? I mean, we're tied to the area anyway, because this is where family are, or vaguely nearby. We're definitely going to do that road trip across America one day. So we'll at least have a few months of van life. That'll be awesome. Anna's got a TENS machine today, and she's actually been mobile for the first time in about a year and a half, while she still waits for any kind of resolution to her back pain. Exactly my thoughts on buying a flat or a house. It's got to be somewhere I want to live for at least 7 years. If not, you're better off renting. Exactly. We've run the numbers on here before. I went on a proper rant about it. And it is 7 years is the cutoff. If you can't guarantee 7 years, you're better off renting. Because of all the fees and everything involved in buying. Zed's still in the same transfer window he was last stream. Yikes. He likes to take his time, bless him. We did a transfer window in 2 hours last night. We finished the Premier League season, did the Champions League final, did the entire transfer window, and started the next season in a 3-hour stream. It's the kind of service I provide you with here. But the Switch just surpasses everything. Best console I've ever owned. There's your posture check. I will hydrate as well. Probably giving Triangle Strategy a go tonight. Got it for a random Christmas gift. So did I. I've got it sat over there on my little pile. So I'll give that a go at some point. No idea what it is. Isabato. Battery life kills the Steam Deck in that race. The Steam Deck is great. But yeah, the battery life is a nightmare. The Steam Deck 2 is going to be brilliant if they persist with the idea. What was the first ever game I bought on any console? The first game I ever bought. That's very different to the first game I ever got. And I'm not sure what the answer is. The first game I ever bought. I don't know. Probably would have been with birthday money as a kid. Maybe like the WWF game on Game Boy. Or, I don't know, something like Theme Park on the Mega Drive. I can't imagine I would have got as a gift. Or Sensible Soccer. My parents tended to get me the big famous mascot games as gifts. So like Mario, Sonic. Later on, stuff like FIFA. The big games. The ones they'd heard of. That would have been some of the more obscure. I mean, not obscure. I mean, Theme Park and Sensible Soccer are hardly obscure, but not necessarily as well known. Could have even been something like Premier Manager on Xbox. Not on Xbox, on Mega Drive. Can't imagine I would have been given a Premier Manager gift, but I definitely had it. Spent hours playing Premier Manager on the Mega Drive. And I see if Ronnie has played for Barcelona yet. Can't imagine he has. Oh, he has. 3 starts for Barcelona. It's best season of his career so far. 7.07. Yeah, it's only been since I've been doing content that I've been aware of who the... hold on. One moment. Of who the Wonder Kids are, because I get made aware of them. Like, I wouldn't know Hendrik existed if I didn't do content and had been made aware of him. And we're going to sign this guy. Herculano. Nice little 5-star potential Brazilian 18-year-old striker. We haven't signed a Brazilian striker for a little while. Is that a release clause at 23 million? It is. Well, we're just having him then. We're just going to buy one of these. Right, Real Madrid, a replay of last season's final. Did Real Madrid sign a goalkeeper? Because they wanted Costa. Pablo Zagala. So no is the answer. I mean, I guess they did. 23 million. I'd like to think he's not as good as ours. I think there is a command for the Streamer Showdown question. Well, there was. I guess there's not. Oh, no, there is. There you go. Which is what I'd say if it was happening next week and hadn't been announced yet. But on this occasion, genuinely, I don't know. But then I wouldn't tell you if I did. So am I even a reliable source? Probably not. I don't know anything. He always says I know nothing, which is true. I do know nothing about any of this. I have absolutely no input on the organisation of the Streamer Showdown. I literally just turn up, win the thing, walk off again. The one that I tweeted about, it wasn't excellent because there's nowhere to put a telly.
Oh, the room?
Yeah. Where is it? This one that has doors, window, door, probably a radiator there. And there's just nowhere to point a sofa at a TV. You can't put the sofa at this end because it's in the way of the door.
Well, you could move it in the middle of it.
It's a rubbish room. Especially when the goal is to have a room like this one. I've just liked my own tweet accidentally. That's what we're looking for, except that would be a Dave, not a cat.
Yeah.
And these would be modern consoles, not Xbox Ones and PS4s. Yeah, I mean, they're actually mounted on the wall as well, aren't they? But yeah, that's what we'll go for. Which means we need an unencumbered wall.
That looks like it.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying we want this exact layout, but that's the goal of what the living room will be like. We have one end of the room that's like this, and then we could have like an armchair here for guests. And like space for a Christmas tree in the corner. But our main purpose is we have our massive sofa that me, you and Dave can sit on. We both have our TVs and our consoles. Obviously, I'll have to have headphones and you'll blast out through the speakers because that's how it works. And then
mine headphones.
I have to use the headphones. And then we can sit in there and watch movies and play games, and it'll be awesome.
They
have to be Philips TVs so they can have the lights at the back that actually work with what's on the screen rather than just being light strips. Light strips are no good to anybody. Boys and girls, I'm going to have to end my stream in a minute, I think. I've got an upset tummy.
Why?
I've had an upset tummy this week, as you are aware. And without going into too much detail, I'm worried I'm going to myself if I carry on streaming. So I think we're going to wrap things up. Yeah, that should be in the edit, Chris. I mean, we've done 2.5 hours, but I really am a little bit worried that I might myself.